Hello everybody, it's Dee Dee Blast, coming in to do some news, feeling really good. Hi, I have some news, some good news. I have a few stories here, that I think, is worthy of reporting, like I say, it's really good. You know what I mean? To be informed, to know what's going on, around the world, in different states, you know what I mean? So, I'm being informed just by, researching good news, to report, so I appreciate being informed myself at the same time. So, I just want to inform, everybody, the news, can I say something? Really? When I was 2 years old, the doctor told my mom that I had a lazy eye. They wanted to cut my eye and go inside and tighten up the muscle. My mom said no. I was 2 years old. She said she has a lazy eye, but she's still beautiful. And I believe in that, So it mostly happens, when I'm a little tired, you can tell, that, Dee Dee's tired. Okay, but otherwise, it's all good, it's all good. Everybody got flaws, but I tell y'all and show y'all my flaws, So, nobody's perfect, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to try something tonight. I'm going to not put it up on the ceiling, and I was trying to wait until I got my camcorder in my desk. That's so I'm going to go ahead and read the news right here. Okay, so just give me a moment. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. The first story, not all the news is good. Some of it is kind of horrific. But it must be reported. A lot of things are going on in the world and in different states, and so I want to make sure, that I report, what I think is worthy. Okay, so we're going to start with the first story. Okay, so 2 killed, 15 wounded Saturday in the city shootings. Chicago, Sun-Times Media Wire, Chicago gun violence killed 2 people, including a 16-year-old boy, Saturday, wounded at least 15 others. 2 elderly men were unattended victims of the shooting, on the west side during the 24-hour period. Each received wounds that were not life-threatening. Okay, oh wow, okay, and a 15-year-old boy was also shot in the shooting. And a man was killed by the police officers of the South Shore. They sparked a protest that lasted all night. Okay, so the last homicide was to Saturday. A 24-year-old Austin neighborhood on the west side. His name is Jamaris Williams, was sitting on the sidewalk about 11:15 p.m. In the 4800 block of West Fulton Street when someone just walked up to him and just opened fire. Chicago police and Cook County medical examiner's office said he was struck in the chest and was taken to Stroger Hospital where he died. He lived where he was killed on the north side. A 16-year-old was fatally shot as well. A guy, Jesus A. Lopez, was in the 5900 block of West Diversity Avenue when someone exited a vehicle and they just opened fire as they approached him. Okay, he was hit in the chest, and he was hit in his arms. He later died at an Illinois hospital. A 38-year-old was wounded in the West Woodland neighborhood shooting. About 10 o'clock, a young lady was walking up the block, and there were more shootings. She was shot. too many to report now. It was too many to report. Wow, you know, Chicago, you know, I hear that it's really, need to bring John Wayne back, you know, and Jesse James, and, you know, wow, this is crazy. All right, now, I have a story here that I'd like to report, and I think that, okay, it's a long story, so it's going to go into us doing 5. We're going to do this is more than 5 here. Okay, now I want to discuss this. Okay, I want to report this. It's horrific. Okay, but it needs to be reported because it's going on and it needs to be stopped. You know, something needs to happen. Some laws need to be brought in for children, for their protection. You know, okay. Well, anyway, I'm not a lawmaker at all, but you know, they need to change the laws on what happens to minors. You know, poor minors. You know. Okay, here's the story. Okay, men gang rape a 13-year-old girl victim humiliated by the judge of his paltry sentence. When a 13-year-old girl suffered imaginary brutal sexual assault at the hands of 6 men, she never thought she'd be humiliated, you know, by the judge. However, that's exactly what happened. When she heard the paltry sentence, 2 of them were, was treated lightly. Her family was furious. You know, they asked, you know, is this justice? The 2 who I'm talking about right now, out of the 6, was given probation. Stonebrook apartment complex in Colorado Springs, Colorado. An unarmed 13-year-old girl was inside a Stonebrook terrace apartment when she was tragically gang raped by a group of 6 men who were all related to one another. Okay. All right, now, as cousins and brothers, the girl knew one of the suspects, and 6 were all later identified as Tommy Williams, Clarence Williams, Jacoby Williams, Tyron Williams, James Williams, and an unarmed juvenile name not mentioned. He's a minor. Okay, after one man invited the teen to the apartment to play video games. She went, you know, to the home. She knew one of them. It was okay. Plus, 2 other girls were there, her friends. Okay, so, however, she went to the bathroom. She went to the ladies' room. So, you know, she's in there. And she's, you know, her friends, they left her there. And her nightmare, it just came unfolded just like that. 2 men grabbed her out of the bathroom and pulled her and forced her into a bedroom where other 4 suspects were waiting. Okay. Her grandmother was furious, she said. Her granddaughter was passed around like a hand clock, adding the 13-year-old may never have children. Fox News reports. Sadly, it doesn't seem she'll see any justice either after Tommy Williams, he was 20 years old, and Clarence Williams, the older of the 2, they were all 2 older of the 6, it's 19, were each sentenced to serve an intensive supervised probation, meaning no jail time, although they could have got life in prison, according to the Gazette. Instead, at least 10 years of sex offender intensive super unadvised probation is all these monsters will face, according to KKTV. Okay, it gets worse. 2 of the 4 defendants who came before the court prior, Clarence and Tommy Williams, they get similar sentences. When they too were given probation, no jail time, Tyron Williams received 10 years to life of a sex offender intense supervised probation, like Tommy and Clarence and Tyron apologized. He didn't know that she was underage. Okay, it was okay that he didn't know that she was underage, but what if she was of age? Would you have done this to a woman without her being underage? Okay, justice system, they're coddling the criminals. They are. And give them what they fucking deserve. Probation for gang rape? You know, wow. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's it on that story. Now, what I want to say, nothing probably can make her grandmother more upset, but, I don't know how, look, one of them got a 10-year sexual assault. Okay, they're young. If they raped and then they're getting away with it, they're going to do it again. And they're going to do it again and again, and it's not going to stop. You understand? So in 10 years, he got 10 years you understand? So if he do anything, any of them, they are, they have the probation, which is sad. They should have went to jail, but they didn't. Somehow they didn't make the case where they went to jail. So it's kind of strange, huh? You're raped by 6 men, and all 6 men get probation? So that must make the little girl feel really bad. Like, it's her fault. That's why people don't come forward. Because the ones that come forward, you make them feel bad and treat them bad. Really. And I just feel like, if you rape a woman, whether he said they apologized, but they didn't realize that she was underage. But what if she was of age? Would you have raped her still? Are you a rapist? Is a rapist? Doesn't matter how old they are, So, they all have to register as a sex offender, and they're on probation. Are they going to behave? You know what I mean? So they may get their justice in many, many, many different ways. Okay? So, all right. So I'm not going to hold you all long. I just came on, to report the news as usual. I feel, pretty good. I hope you all, are feeling pretty good. I'm going to keep saying this because I want positivity for everybody, because I had a whole lot of, it's nothing but peace and positive now, so make plans, make goals. You can do it. Anything you feel you want to do. Oh, I can't do that. That's too. No, it's not. You can do anything that you want to do. Anything that you want to do. You put your mind to it, and so I'm gonna go now. And it was nice reading the news and keeping my people informed. You know what I mean. So I speak the way I do because that's who I am. I'm being myself. That's me. That's the way it is, and I think that's part of the problem, with, a lot of stuff that, transpired in my life, for a long time now. And, I changed my life, I do things a little differently, I try to, I try to make things positive, keep things positive, I'm just looking for peace, and happiness. And, I'm not looking for a man, but if one, comes around, and we meet and we agree and we decide, that we want to, take the relationship a little further, so I'm open for that, I'm not bitter. I still believe in love, I do. I really do. And and I know I'm going to get that love, that sweet love, that about Dee Dee love. Tell the chick, listen, I'm with Dee Dee. That's the kind of man that I'm interested. I'm not looking for, but that's the kind of man that I'm interested in running into, and him claiming Dee Dee Blas, and protecting Dee Dee Blas at the same time, treat me with respect, soak his feet, cook a nice meal, watch the game with him and stuff. Hell, we can bet on the game. I do sports. I used to play basketball. My team won the championship. Yes, we did. I play football too, So I'm a little older now, so I tend to just want to play volleyball. I like volleyball. Anybody like volleyball? It's a great sport, it keeps you strong, and you get to hit that ball over that thing. You ever win and play volleyball and slam that shit over the, all right, so a woman speaking proper English, and she's black, she's not talking white. The way I speak, I know damn well you can tell that it's a black woman speaking. So I'm not going to apologize for my etiquette. I'm not going to apologize for my lady. I'm not going to apologize for my temper when you step at me wrong. I'm not going to apologize for that. You know what I mean? I'm happy with me, my lazy eye, I go to the dentist on the regular to get cleanings, my teeth are good. I just have I already told y'all, so I'm still beautiful. I'm still hot, just need the money to get that done, you know what I mean? And that's good to go, and I love my music, I love my children, It's very nice, It's a good feeling that I have, and it's not fake. It's not phony, you know what I'm saying? I have a button that you push, but I get on my knees and I ask God to, keep my head on tight, you know what I mean? And I do. And I ignore people. They looking for action and girl, Dee Dee Blas, just ignore them, Just smile and be beautiful, All right, our studio soon, y'all. I got some songs to finish up, the touches on the album. You know, so I'm already working on the second album, but I gotta finish some stuff on the first album first, you know. So you can't stop me. Nigga with his dick in his hand, you know, won't help me or nothing like that. Naked pics, you know, she ain't fucking, she ain't sucking, fuck her, you know. So I rise above that, yes. You can't stop me. All right, you guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow night for the news. All right, thanks for listening.